Hi there, my name is Bernardo Fernandez. I'm the co-owner of Salon Sweet-William. You're watching WatchMojo.com. We're with Faye from Specs Model Management. We're going to show you a very nice, simple Brigitte Bardot inspired updo that you can do with a really cute little black dress, and it's going to dress it up. The first step we're going to do is we're going to add volume to her hair by using a volumizing product. I'm using Anti-Gravity from Kevin Murphy. So I'm just going to put a couple pumps in. Now this product is also good for volume on the ends as well. So now that we've applied this product liberally through the hair, the next step we're going to do is we're going to do really rough blow dry. So what that's going to do is going to open the cuticle and help hold any style we're going to put in. Now with her kind of hair, because it's very straight, when you're trying to do a kind of a bedroomy movement look, if you go to put it up straight away, it's going to be very spiky. So what you want to do is create a little bit of softness and curl into it without putting a real curl in. We're just going to use a curling iron next to give the hair a set. We want to comb it out a little bit. And because I'm not trying to get ringlet curls here, I'm just taking large sections of the hair. So I'm going to take this lovely curling iron here. Irons like this do come with a glove. I'm not going to because I like to feel the hair to see if it's hot enough. So you want to leave it there until it's really hot to the touch. You see the kind of curl that you get? It's kind of messy but wild, and you get a little bit more tuck in there. So you want to comb it smooth, take this roller, if you don't have rollers, what you can do is just do the curl and pin it into place like that and let it cool down. It's really important to leave it curled in so the curl will hold. Let go, place the roller in. So now that we're back from makeup, the hair's had enough time to cool down, so we can start taking these rollers out. Lots of texture in there, so then this is going to support our style when we decide to put it up. I don't use too much hairspray when I'm doing this kind of stuff, but this hairspray from Kevin Murphy, it's a really nice one. Spray the one section, wait a couple seconds, and then comb it out with a comb. I'm not afraid to lose my curl or my texture because I'm combing it out. It's already set in there, it's going to hold really, really well. And the final section, hairspray that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start teasing the hair, and it's not to get the hair big, it's really just to join the hair together that you have. So your sections where you have the lines, this is going to blur those two together. So I'm just going to take the hair, tease it a couple times. I'm not going crazy with the teasing again because I'm not trying to get big hair from it. I'm going to tame it down again, so I'm going to brush everything through. You see how we still have a lot of the wave happening in the hair. It's a little less separated and curly, it's more together, so you have a bit more movement and wave going together, which is I kind of like. How I always tend to start updos is I like to separate the front from the back of the head. So I'm taking the same section I had before from top of the head to the ear. I'm going to take a big bobby pin and just kind of push that out of the way. The part you want tidy is really the sides of the head, so it doesn't look super wild coming off the side. So now I'm just combing the hair together. You can see how much more hair there is here. For this kind of look, I'm trying to get a lot of the underneath clean as well in the back. It's still on the natural side, you're not going super tight, but I want it to be a little bit smooth. I don't want hair falling down. This is just take your hand and then just brush the hair up. Okay, I'm going to do a bit of a twist here. And for now, I'm going to use, again, another big bobby pin just to hold it there. You could also just hold it with your hands. You're seeing this a lot in photo shoots these days, where they're starting to use a needle and thread to sew hair up instead of bobby pins. What that does is it creates a little bit of less structure to the hair and creates a little bit more wildness to the hair. It also, you don't see bobby pins out, you don't have to Photoshop that out when you're doing a photo shoot. Also, when you're out at night and you're dancing, this really secures it compared to bobby pins, which will fall out. This is actually a braided fishing line, but you can use linen thread if you can find it. And the reason I use this is it's very strong, it won't break. but it also grips because of the braid. If you use something that's too waxy, it'll slip right out of the hair. The braid will actually, you can lock and twist into each other and it'll stay. Another thing I wanted to mention is that I'm using a plastic needle. You don't want to use a sharp needle because you might cut yourself or stab yourself. It's also very dull. I'm going to take this to secure this whole line so then I can remove that bobby pin and this will be very, very secure, it will not move. So you want to pull it through and you want to hold it. Pass it through again, just like you're doing a stitch. Make sure you're holding onto it. Pass it over about 3 times, just to make sure it gets locked in at the base. And what I like to do after the 3rd pass is kind of go in between the 3 stitches here to give it a lock. For here, this is kind of like a spine that I'm creating here. So you just want to go up and reinforce this whole area kind of like a spine. So I'm just going to now go along the whole part of it. So now that I've done it a few times up the hair, I feel it's secure enough for where I want it to sit. So I'm going to go back through and do a cross stitch in between to sort of lock it into place. And it's at this point that you can use scissors and cut the little tail here. So now I can take this bobby pin that I put in there originally out. I'm just going to take the top section and separate it from the sides. And I want the sides to be quite tight. And at this point, because what we've done with the stitch, it's really taken the place of about 30 bobby pins to hold this much hair up. So now I'm not afraid to use a couple pins just to pin the small amounts of hair I'm putting up here. I'm also covering the area where I have the stitches so you don't see it. So I'm gonna get all those baby hairs in there too. Take a small bobby pin and fill in that section. We've got the front section left. I like to put them together. So we're going to play a little bit to see where we want this to sit. So you can take the pin that you've already put and use another pin to sort of cross it into place. It really secures what you've done. So now you can play with the hair that's up and loose and fit it into the area that you want it to sit in. You could be using the needle and thread at this point, but at this point, because I'm shifting different areas, I want to sort of control it one by one. Again, this spray from Kevin Murphy, the Session Spray, has a little bit of shine drops in it, so it gives a little bit of a shiny mist at the end. How do you like it, Faye?
Love it. Thank you so much.